Be selected to the National 4-H Hall of Fame. I don't know how many miles that Jim has driven 4-Hers across the country, from Lake Tahoe to Washington, D.C., and everywhere in between. Thousands and thousands and thousands of miles. Thousands of young people's lives have been impacted by this man and his wife Connie, who have become quite a team in our 4-H program. Jim has served for many years as an ambassador advisor. He's going to go on to bigger and better things in his life. He's working on some new projects, and so he's asked to be retiring from being a state ambassador. So the very first thing that ever happens with a state ambassador when they retire is they get a pair of green socks. We have had 9 ambassador advisors over the years. We are now at 194 ambassadors, and I have interviewed every one of them. And so we have another gift for Jim. We're gonna, what? Okay. And Connie, you're gonna hold this for him. He's even got his last name tag as an ambassador advisor. And then if you folks would come out, we have a very special 4-H quilt made for Jim and Connie for all of their service. Let's give them a big hand, folks.
Well, like JP said, 30 some odd years ago, we got to know JP and learned to love him, and he's like a brother to me. We've been many miles with many kids, many of your moms and dads I've known, and most of them affectionately call me Papa Jim. And it seems like no matter where we go, when we take these 4-H kids, it's always a pleasure to take them, because no matter where we go, whether we go to a restaurant, whether we go to a motel, the people always come and say, "Where did you find these young people? You're welcome back here anytime." And that's our payday. That's our payday, to see you young people really live the motto, make the best better. As you go on, and I look at this nation and wonder sometimes what's going to happen, I look out at these faces of these young men and women and I say, we're going to be okay, because you're the cream of the crop and you're going to make it happen for us. I love you and thank you very much.
I had the privilege of being with Jim and Connie when Jim was inducted to the National 4-H Hall of Fame in Washington, D.C. And they hadn't told Jim that he had to speak. And Jim does not like to speak in front of groups. He'd rather be cooking you a Dutch oven dinner, or taking you on a trip, or teaching you how to do a workshop, or just loving you. But he got there and found out, just as we stood up at the banquet, got to the banquet, that he had to give a speech that night. Some of the donors got up, and some of the people in the Hall of Fame got up, and they had resumes that were 15 miles long, and they were telling about all the money they'd given to 4-H and all the things great things they had done to help the youth of America, and all the money and everything that happened in their lives. And then Jim stood up. And in the same voice that you just heard, said, "I'm just a 4-H volunteer leader who loves kids." It took almost 10 minutes to stop the round of applause and the standing ovation for a 4-H leader who loves kids. Jim, Connie, thank you for your service. We love you.